What's up guys, it's me, Tyzzer. I'm here with a good suggestion. One of my viewers on my stream suggested that I do some sort of a how-to carry, I take games where I single-handedly practically carry the game and we win because of things that I do, and just to show you guys that you can carry no matter how late into the game it is, showing you that you can do a lot using your own sort of uniqueness. Say playing Riven, I've been playing Riven 3 years, things like that. Like, obviously my channel is just mainly Riven right now, but that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on it to show you guys how to carry with Riven and show you how to turn games around, things like that. So I've taken this game here. It's a very good game. We're losing pretty early. It's sort of back and forth until towards the end. You see what I mean? So I want to do Wolves here, but unfortunately because Warwick got wrecked a minute ago, he blew his flash. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have to recall because we have to help this guy, and I'm gonna have to go to red. So this isn't very interesting. The first beginning bit, I couldn't do my Wolves, couldn't get my extra pot, so I help him with that, and I go to lane. See, the first part of the laning phase isn't very interesting. It's more or less just me CSing. What I did take is, if you can see in the over here in the bottom left, where I've taken Q instead of, like, if I was to point all the way over there, but I've taken Q instead of E, and this is against Kennen. As you can see, I've taken sort of what, 25%, 60%. Like, I've taken 40% of my health. Say 30%. I don't want to overestimate, but look, Kennen's almost taking me to 50% health, right? Look how much damage you're doing, and that's because I didn't have a shield at level 1. I did miss an auto in between that, but this is the mistake I made about going Q level 1. So imagine that Kennen had Ignite, I would have been dead. Imagine Kennen was a little bit more aggressive. Kennen was a little bit more aggressive, he could have probably actually killed me, because he can hit level 3 before me, and he can actually kill me right here. If he was to, like, just walk up to me and try to kill me, he can. But that's thankful that he doesn't know that he can do that. So all that's going to happen literally in this laning phase is that I want to be farming safe. Our Warwick has finished his double buffs, so we have no idea where Nautilus is. Nautilus could be top, as for all I know, because Nautilus might have gone red to blue, or he might have gone blue to red. We don't know exactly where Nautilus was, so I'm not playing too aggressive on the cannon, which I could be, and I'm not going to overcommit to something. So as you can see, my team is just trying to get objectives down there. I'll let them do what they need to do, but I'm just trying not to die against cannon, just trying to farm, just not doing anything risky. I'm making sure I go in whenever my shield is up so I can soak up any harass. So every time he hits me, I make sure to shield it. I do take too much harass here, and he can sort of one combo me, especially if he flashes, so I decide to recall here. Obviously go heal up, buy potions, ward, and a null magic mantle. What I'm going to go for in this lane is I'm going to go for a hex drinker first. Because Kennen plays a bit too aggressive and a bit too far forward, I do go aggro on him, and I utilize my passive by autoing every time I can. See, I could have autoed in between one of those Qs, but I didn't, so I didn't get the kill. Here I try and outplay. What I do is I go straight through Nautilus and I flash on Kennen, because I know he's just used his flash. Kennen has just used his flash, so I trade Kennen's flash for my flash for a kill. I tried to also kill Nautilus here, but I get a bit too aggro and I take a free tower shot unnecessarily. If Warwick would have tanked that tower, we probably would have killed him, but he was too far away, so I didn't want to go too aggro. Here, as you can see, Nautilus is going to go back, so he doesn't actually recall. He walks obviously back into his jungle. So I know, hang on a minute, if I walk down here into their jungle, I'm going to find Nautilus at his Gromp, or I'm going to find Nautilus at his walls. So what do? I find Nautilus. It's either a free kill or he has to blow his flash. I blow Nautilus's flash. That's good. So I've timed that in chat. That's 5 minutes Nautilus doesn't have his flash. so he can't do a flash engage, he can't flash away from me. So my flash will come up before Nautilus's, but Kennan's flash will come up before mine. Make sure you time these flashes. A lot of players do not time flashes, and they are really important, especially when you're playing a champion like Riven. Right? Riven punishes people who use their flashes prematurely. So for example, Kennen flashed over here when I almost killed him. I did not auto, like I believe if I would have autoed, I would have killed him and I wouldn't have had to blow my flash, and he would have blown his flash anyway. But I didn't want to be too aggro, and then again, I didn't know where Nautilus is, did I? So that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to play too aggressive, you don't want to play too passive. You want to try and find that medium that allows you to play well, farm safe, but also be aggressive enough not to be bullied in your own lane. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to try and clear this wave, get as much CS. I am ahead in gold with Kennen. As you can see, I've got a Hex Drinker now. As I said, the reason why I went a Hex Drinker is because I'm against Kennen. Kennen has a lot of magic damage and he can stun you. He can stun you, well, he can stun you practically 2 times in one combo. He will do a full combo, which is he proc his passive on his W, auto QW, and that will stun you. And then if he has ult, if he's level 6, he can then stun you a second time. So what I need to do is I need to be very careful on Kennen when he can do his combo. What I do is I've held tab here. I don't think you can see it. I don't think I can hold tab here. No, I can't. Okay, right. So what I did is I held tab and I saw that Warwick's red buff was up a little while ago, and he's taken that, as you can see. Right, and that means Warwick's blue buff is going to spawn very, very, very shortly. And using your knowledge, Nautilus and Warwick should have taken the buff at relatively and roughly the same times. So you can see Warwick's blue buff is up, Nautilus's blue buff should spawn within the next minute, I would say. So what I've done is I've placed a ward to prepare for a play at Nautilus's blue to try and steal it. So Morgana doesn't get it, TF can get it, or I can get it, or even if Warwick comes over, like so it's just so we can steal it. So as you can see, look, as predicted, his blue buff is up. I've ordered it. I don't think we actually go for this blue buff, but still, that's a play that we could have done in the making. Blue team got dragon, so that's going to be a fight down there. There's not much I can do. There's not much I can do in that fight, because if I do TP out in the open, Kennen can just walk up and stun me. I have to walk into a brush and TP, but then Kennen would know which brush I'm in, because he would have seen me walk up and then gone to stop me. So what I've done is I've walked back and I walked into the brush hoping he would walk up, but he didn't. I could have probably got a little bit more harass on him by queuing a second time and getting another auto since I stunned him, but I didn't. So what I'm doing is I'm pinging the enemy blue buff now. The reason why I'm pinging the enemy blue buff is because I know that they just took dragons, and Nautilus is probably somewhere around here. So if I pause the game and I go to blue view, Nautilus should, like, I would presume Nautilus would be around here, right? But he's still in base. I don't know this, so this could, like, I could have taken that blue buff, and because because Warwick is back here after that fight, so I could have taken something. So as you can see, Nautilus is coming up here. I believe what happens here is we ward it and we wait, or we just steal it. Alright, we just steal it. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're stealing it and we're going to give it to TF. I believe we kill Nautilus here because he comes in, and TF has a stun. Yeah, okay, we steal it and TF gets this. Kennen is not there. Like, Kennen recalled probably at the worst time, and that literally gives TF a free blue buff. So that means Warwick, because Warwick, like the blue buff over here was taken earlier, it gives TF another sort of level sort of form of resource. So I've stayed around mid. That was all because I shoved the wave top and I roamed down. Yeah, the work in this game is really, really bad. So you'll see a lot of stuff like that where he'll ult Morgana because she has a black shield. He'll ult, like, I don't know, Nautilus. He'll do some really silly things, and that's what I mean by, even though we have really bad teammates, you can still carry the game. Like, you can still win and carry the games. So I'm gonna quickly fast forward this. Make sure you do tell me how I'm doing in the comments, by the way, as in talk about what less, talk about this more, like what you guys want to see, because that's what I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys how to carry. I want to show you guys how to win games even though your team is bad. Like, I'll not that the team is bad in this sense, I'm just using it, that term in general. Like, this Warwick isn't very good, and as I said, you will see that. You will see that this Warwick isn't very good. So we're practically down a player. He's still a player, but he's not a smart player. So with technically a player down, I can show you how to carry games. So I just try to harass Kennen there. Like, literally all that's happening here is, oh my god, that was so bad, right? So what happened there is, I'll go back and quickly show you. It was really bad. I messed up my mechanics. My mechanics here are really terrible, but what I show you. So what I did is I got Kennen to half health here, like just under, and I'm like, right. So if we click on me, my ult's up and everything. I got ult, I got flash. If I play this correctly, I can actually kill him. So I stay in the brush because he's still here, and the flash distance, and then knock up, right? So what I intended to do was eat ult, flash, third Q, stun. Oh, but what I do instead is I E ult, third Q, because I mess it up. I flash, I auto, and I ult. What I did mess up there is I should have auto stunned, but I didn't auto stun. I cancelled my auto due to my stun, and then I ulted across him. Kennen ulted a little bit too late. If I did get stunned by Kennen there, he would have more than likely killed me. That was a mechanical error that I made, and that would have cost me my life. But fortunately, Kennen didn't react soon enough. So things like that. Like, say for example, in if I was playing against a top tier player or something like that, they might have reacted instantly. As soon as they see me come at the brush, they would have known that I was gonna do like a flash play and try to kill them, and they would have reacted to my flash, because I did mess it up. I third Q'd, then I flashed, and then stunned. I should have ulted, flash, third Q, stun, and then ulted. But I made a mistake in that. But nonetheless, I got the kill. It's put me ahead. So now I'm 2-0 in this lane. As you can see, the other matches down is doing pretty well. Like, bot lane is doing well for us, but their Ezreal's 4-2. So what happens here is I'm gonna TP into the fight. Gonna make sure I don't get hooked or binded by Morgana. I thought we I kind of wasted a TP here because I thought we were gonna continue fighting, but we don't end up fighting here. Kennen gets a kill on Sona. Ezreal ults. We can actually kill Ezreal here if he stays. Oh, there's Kennen there. I can't remember what happens here. Alright, okay, we just back off. So that was kind of a waste of TP. I thought there was a fight that was going to break out, so I TP down to help, and the fight ends up just not happening at all. TF executes, so that doesn't give them any experience or gold. That's nice. I know Kennen doesn't have any flash, so I can kill him here. Thing is he has double stun, so I can't kill him. Nautilus comes up top. I'm not sure what happens here. I believe I just get away. Yeah, I believe I just get away. Yeah. Yeah, I knew Kennen didn't have a flash because of a previous engagement. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to just go straight on him and try to get him, but he had ult and he stunned me to counteract that. I could have probably kept going, but he would have stunned me in that engagement. As I said, I don't exactly remember what happens in these games, but I remember the outcome and what happens. So this is sort of on the fly. This is all improv, if you want to call it that. So I'm basically explaining what's going through my mind at certain points and what I would do. So right now, what I want to do is I want to try and get top tower. That's what I want to do. So the reason why is because Morgana's pretty fed, Ezreal's pretty fed. Like everywhere else apart from top, I would say is pretty strong. Nautilus has been helping. They've got 2 dragons now. Everywhere but top is quite strong in regards to them. In regards to us, our top is strong and our bot is strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall. What I want to do is I've now got my 40% CDR. I know I can fight Kennen right out because none of us have flash. I'm not sure where Nautilus is at this point, but as you can see through the minimap, we've got him down the bottom there. I really need level 11 right now, so I'm thinking to myself, I need level 11 for that extra damage on my ult, and I'll probably be able to kill Kennen. So what I try to do is I try to hit level 11 here. I would, just because I don't know where Nautilus is. Alright, so Nautilus is coming top. I believe I do die here. I think this is my first death, because there's not really much I can do to escape this. I go on him because I see Nautilus on the top, right? Yeah, I do die here. Yeah, I die here. Alright, so I die because of the CC. I wasn't able to get a lot of my abilities off. But there was not much I could have done in that. Like, once I was in the situation of fight or die, I was pretty screwed because Nautilus, as you can see, he was here and my minions were here, so I knew he was coming from this way. I could have possibly run down here and tried to escape, but honestly, a flash to me is more important than a flash to escape. A flash is more important to use it to initiate a fight than to escape. As Riven, I always try to use my flash to engage or get a kill rather than to use my flash to escape. I would only do that honestly if you're pretty comfortable on Riven, because if you always save your flash for a kill and you don't know how to calculate for a kill, then you're gonna miss out on a lot of kills and you're probably gonna die because you waste your flash, things like that. So what I would say is I would use flash in your own style. As in, am I going to use flash to escape all the time because I want to be a passive player? Am I going to use flash all the time because I'm aggressive player? That's how you want to determine how to use your flash. So as I said, what I want to keep doing is I want to try and get this top tower. I want to try and push this top tower down. So I just keep showing it into tower so Kennen has to CS the farm. I'm just going to keep rotating around. That's all I'm going to keep doing. I'm hoping Kennen comes up so I can see if I can get a kill on him. I walk out the brush because I don't know what happened there, and I'm like, whoop, rip, I'm a retard. So I walked out the brush and I stayed too close to him. I didn't expect him to go all in, so I died from that. At this point I'm like, shit, okay, so we're losing pretty badly. Like, as you can see, we're 5k going down. I'm thinking, oh shit, right? How are we gonna win this game? How are we gonna win this game? I'm thinking to win this game, we need to do some serious like working together. And we need to make sure that we play safe. Okay. So what happens here is the enemy team gets pretty greedy. And we take them out. So I got 3 kills for free, for nothing. So if we go back to this engagement, alright, so I died because I was stupid. Let's fast forward. Alright, to this engagement here. So they're pushing the inhib tower, and they want to take the inhib itself. And I noticed this. So Ezreal's out of position. Ezreal uses his E really aggressively. Because he uses his E really aggressively, I know I can go in and try to kill him. I don't have that much damage, so I couldn't burst him fully. But what I don't want to do here is I don't want to go full ham. If I go full ham, I know I'll die because they have Thresh, they have Kennen, they have Nautilus, and Morgana. That's a lot of CC. So what I see is I see Kennen diving and uses his flash here. So that's a free kill on Kennen because he dove. Thresh, well, Thresh can't escape Riven, honestly, unless he has flash and Riven doesn't. And it has to be over a wall that Riven can't wall hop over. So I picked up 2 kills, so I didn't get the Ezreal kill. See here, they severely overcommit. They severely overcommit. There you go, 3 free kills for a serious overcommitment by the enemy team. They got the inhib, but they lost 4 people for that, which wasn't worth. We lost 2 and they lost 4, which wasn't worth. Way not worth. So as you can see, we were 5k, we are still 5k, even though they got a tower and an inhib. They should have honestly taken that tower, taken the inhib and left, not dove. So with this, what we want to do is, as you can see, we're losing pretty hard. We haven't got top, we haven't got mid tower. We've got bot tower, but that's about it. But that's because bot was winning pretty hard. So TF's not doing too well. I see an opportunity. I don't want to blow my. Second proc my wind slash too early. There you go. So that's another 2 kills that I've just picked up. So 2 kills I picked up from them making mistakes. They go to dragon, we catch them out. I'll just go back to that because I didn't actually see that coming. So we'll go back. We'll fast forward it and I'll show you what I mean. So what happens is dragon spawn. I want to rotate to dragon. TF just got killed down here by Kennen and Thresh. So I want to rotate down because they're trying to take dragon. Nautilus is in there as well. I see Kennen out of position. I know he doesn't have flash because of the earlier engagement. My team can pick that up. Warwick, Sona, and Tristana, I know and trust them to pick this up because Nautilus can't fight them, nor with Dragon. So I'm going to come up here, pick off Thresh just in case he comes back in with a lantern or tries to get some form of like some save. I don't know, some godly Thresh save. And yeah, see, no, so Nautilus dies there. And we pick up the dragon as well. So that's our first dragon. And we were 5k behind, and now look, we're catching up. So we're 3k behind now. So we're 2k up from where we were a minute ago. And this is what we want to do. We want to keep picking out people. We want to keep working as we are. And we don't want to make any silly mistakes. In the chat, we're currently discussing that we need to seriously pull together, otherwise we're going to lose this game. And I'm trying to tell the team, like, we need to take this, we need to take that. So what we need to do is we honestly need to take mid tower. So they overcommit here. Morgana and Thresh overcommit. I need to dodge the binding, which I don't do, but we kill Morgana anyway. What I do here is I overcommit and I get killed by Kennen here. So I make the mistake of diving, or well, not diving, I'd say I make the commitment of going for Thresh when I didn't know Kennen was coming down. As in, when I was focused on the fight over here and my mind didn't register Kennen coming from here. and then moving from here, through here, and down. So what we should have done is killed Morgana and backed away. I'm not sure why Nautilus splashes. He really wants to kill TF, because honestly, if they kill TF here, they could probably end the game, honestly. So what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and end it, or try to at least take one of our inhib towers. They don't have Morgana, so they don't have Black Shield. Sona's up in a bit. We've got 3 people up. They can't end it because we have a lot of people up. Alright, just let me quickly turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. Alright, so they tried to catch out Tristana. Tristana, for some reason, tries to take out Ezreal. Ezreal's got Iceborne Gauntlet, so she's not going to deal that much damage to him without a Last Whisper. Sona gets caught. They don't want to re-engage because they don't have Morgana. The enemy team backs out. Alright, so again, the enemy team gets too complacent and they start overstaying. So here I believe that we do pick up more kills. I think I get hooked here. Right, so I thought Ezreal was going to go all in. So I went in and used my ult, and that was a mistake of mine. Also, I tried to go on Ezreal in a brush, and that was my mistake as well. So that's just judgment errors on my behalf that I've made. But not everyone's perfect. So what we're doing here now is we're currently just trying to not throw incense. Like the gold lead is back to 4k, so we're almost 5k away, and that's because of the fight we just took was quite bad there. We got 2 for 2, sorry, we got 2 for 2. Well, Kennen died over here, so that's technically 3 for 2, but Morgana's trying to take this tower over here. I do believe she dies, I'm not sure though. Oh, I don't think he expected that to hit. Yeah, okay, so we could Baron, but Warwick's over on the far right hand side, and he's not tanky at all. Like, we don't really have a tank, so we can't really do Baron at this point. Even though some people will be like, oh, we could Baron. So, I'm trying to remember what happens. As I said, I can't remember exactly what happens in these games. Alright, so Warwick gets caught out by Nautilus and then gets killed by Ezreal.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
The enemy pushes into the base here. Does TF get killed down there? I'm not sure. Oh, Tristana gets caught out and killed. Alright, so as you can see, this game's looking pretty grim. Pretty grim. It looks like we're probably going to lose this game. So what we're doing is we're just trying to stop them from ending the game. Like, this here is all plays to try and stop them from pushing too far into the base. They're making judgmental mistakes, as in, oh, we can't do this much, or they think they can do slightly too much, and it's things like that. So what we really want to do here is we don't want to be too aggressive. We don't want to shove or push any objectives that can get us killed. We don't want to make any risky plays. Like, it's better to play safe at this point and get stronger rather than make a mistake and lose and it costs us the game. And that's what the blue team are doing. The blue team are constantly trying to push and force when they don't need to. So I'm not sure what Warwick was doing there. He probably got caught out. Tristana dies. So as you can see, this game looks pretty grim. It looks like we're going to lose at this point. Ezreal getting pretty aggressive there. Kennen gets killed because he gets overly aggressive. See what I mean by they're making risky plays? So look, they overcommit and we ace them. This is exactly where I'm saying about overcommitting. Like, they think they're misjudging what they can do, and it's better to play safe. Like, they constantly, like the enemy team, look, we're gonna get Baron here. The enemy team constantly keep forcing mid lane. What should they do? They should push bot lane, take this tower. What should they do? They should push top lane, take this tower. If they push each of the towers, right? That's more inhibs. That means the minions get stronger and stronger. Like, they keep forcing mid, and this is what's gonna lose them the game. Okay? They're gonna keep forcing mid, and this will lose them this game. Again, look, they're forcing mid lane. They really, really want to push and end this game. They're really desperate to end this game, because they know that we're winning. Like, we're catching up. As you can see, the goal, like, they were ahead by 5k gold. We're now 2k ahead of them. This is what I'm talking about play safe and just don't overcommit. Like, I'm doing a lot this game. See, Kennen goes in. I'm not sure why. Like, they're overcommitting, and this is losing them the games. They're getting really desperate for plays. I believe I do die here. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, I get exhausted, not assaulted. There's not much I can do there. But still, we can still push them at the base. I don't know why she dove right on top of Nautilus, but he dies anyway, I think. Or is it armor? She has Last Whisper. Alright. But yeah, the enemy team are overcommitting. And that's what's going to lose in this game. Because they don't understand that forcing things when they're already ahead isn't gonna win. Like, look, they're trying to force this win, like, so hard. Look at this. Like, you can't push that. Like, yeah, sure. If Tristana and Sona were like, if Tristana had like no kills and Sona had no kills, yeah, you could have won that. Really, they could have fought that. But again, they should have just left the base and just gone back recalled, because now what we can do is we can push mid tower. That's if we decide to. As I said, I can't remember exactly what happens in this game. I'm just telling you my thoughts, why people are losing, and what's happening in this game. So as I said, like, we were losing by 5k, that's a lot. We were losing by quite a lot this game. And because of the enemy team overestimating, trying to force fights that aren't good for them, it's things like this that lose games. Like, you force fights when you're ahead, and you lose them because you make mistakes, because you get desperate. It's a desperation play because you want to finish the game. You want to, like, someone on the enemy team might be flaming because they keep, like, they're not ending the game. And like, oh, noob team can't end game, like, stuff like that. Like, I don't know what's happening on the enemy team because we can't read it. But it's something like this what I'm talking about, where the enemy team keep forcing objectives, they keep forcing fights when they're not even, like, in a good position to fight. Like, they waste ults, they don't synergize together, they just look, like, Ezreal goes in, dies, like, two of them flash forward. Like, this is not synergized at all. They're getting really, really, they are getting really, really desperate for this win here. Like, really desperate for this win. So this is where they lose the game. Like, honestly, they've already begun to lose the game, but this is at the point where they lose the game completely. And I'll break it down. How they lose the game. So, as you can see, they're pushing in, right? Ezreal, as an Ezreal, you should never use your Arcane Shift as an aggressive tool unless you know that it's not going to put you in danger. Okay, so if Ezreal's going to Arcane Shift, he should go Arcane Shift upwards, not forwards or to the side, as long as the arcane shift's gonna hit, so he arcane shifts forward. Yes, Tristana gets hit by a Q. If she didn't have QSS, she would have died. So what happens here is Nautilus and Thresh both get greedy for Tristana. Like, that's already a big no. Like, they've blown Tristana's QSS and they've blown Tristana's flash. Right? That's all they needed to do. Now Nautilus and Thresh don't have any flashes, and Ezra is using his ult to try and kill Tristana. I can't remember if Tristana dies or not, but he's just used his ult for one person. I know, like, sniping is good, but she's gonna be in base and heal up. These two have just used their flash for a reason unknown. So Ezreal ults. Yeah, that would have hit if she didn't walk upwards, but that's an ult down. That's one ult down. So me and Warwick are down here. I'm trying to find the flanking. So I don't know why Thresh uses his lantern here. Like, I think he wants to go aggressive. Nautilus uses his ult. Like, this is all desperation. Like, Morgana's trying to get us down here, so she, like, if they would have synergized, Nautilus would have ulted one person, and then Morgana would have binded that person, and that person would have instantly died. Then Thresh could have followed up with the hook, and Ezreal, like, they're not synergizing at all. So Thresh was running down here, and so was Ezreal, and then Morgana's down here as well, trying to get me and Warwick. Then Nautilus ults TF, then those three notice that TF's being ulted. Sona's like, right, they're not looking at me. So she flashes in. Yes, Morgana has a black shield, so it's not the best, but she still ults Ezreal. So that leaves Ezreal open because he's been stunned. Morgana hasn't been stunned, but that means Ezreal can't follow up straight away with his damage. Morgana takes the lantern. They're all clumped. What do I see? An opportunity. I've already procced 2 of my 3 Qs. I've got flash up. I should have ult up. I don't know why it says my ult isn't up. Okay, that's why, because I just used it. So I E, ult for an animation cancel, flash. No one has any black shield. All 4 of them are clumped. 3rd Q. I knock up Ezreal. It doesn't matter that I just got Ezreal, because Ezreal is honestly the most fed on their team. So Ezreal, like, Morgana doesn't even hit me with the bite, like, her ult either, and she ults Morgana desperately ults just for TF. So I jump on Ezreal. I know I don't have to use my second wind slash because an auto Hydra is going to kill him. Auto Hydra. Ezreal dies. Morgana uses her Zhonya's. No idea why. She shouldn't have wasted her Zhonya's. Kennen comes in. I'm going to have to back out because Kennen's coming in from the side. So I know that Nautilus... Okay, Morgana does hit me with her ult. Alright, so she did hit me. I think I moved away from it. I didn't think Morgana hit me with her ult. I didn't actually notice it during the whole engagement. So there you go. I've made a mistake here, but everyone makes mistakes. We're all human. So Thresh can hook, Nautilus can hook, Kennen can stun. I'm gonna get ulted by Morgana, so I want to leave right now. So Morgana tether breaks, so I'm okay. Kennen goes to ult. Sona exhausts the wrong target, unfortunately, and I have to get away from Kennen, or I'm gonna get stunned. I do come back in, unfortunately. I think Kennen's ult is gonna be a little shorter. I do proc my Qs, so I've got a 3rd Q ready. I go to use it here, but I get stunned on the edge of Kennen's ult. But I still have my 3rd Q ready, so I E, 3rd Q, ult, across. I don't have Hydra yet, but I'm gonna auto Thresh for the kill. Okay, I don't even auto. As I said, I'm explaining what's going as I go along. I use my stun to make sure I was gonna auto stun, but it's like I didn't do that either. See, watching back, you know how many mistakes you make. I didn't even realize I made that mistake during this game. So watching back your replays, how many mistakes have we seen you make this game, right? I didn't notice half of them. So I now can look and learn. Watch replays, guys. Watch replays. They help you so much. So it's Ezreal taking out the fight. I disengage. I re-engage. I kill Kennen. Right? And then Thresh. Sorry, I kill Morgana. Then Thresh. Kennen's left. I do get stunned. Thank God for Mortalus. And this no Regimentals. Otherwise I would have more than likely died. So Kennen Zhonya's. I don't know why Kennen's Zhonya's. Kennen should have been waiting until my stun ended to Zhonya's. So Nautilus does auto me here. More procs. Right. And my abilities are back up. I auto for the Quadra. I Q. I shield. I auto. I Q. I auto. I Q. I mean Hydra and Q. See? This is a Penta. Okay, so I'm gonna save my W for the last hit. You know I'm gonna do that, right? So auto Hydra. Okay. So the enemy team forced so many fights and didn't prioritize targets. Do you know why they lost? Nautilus and Thresh flashed for a 7-6 Tristana. Nautilus, Ezreal, Thresh, and Morgana didn't focus fire. Nautilus ulted a 7 and 11 Twisted Fate. And then they used ults all for him. And because no one was paying attention to the 13-5 Riven, it was a desperation play. They wanted to end the game. And because of that, the fights that they've been taking, all they've been trying to do is trying to force the win. They've been trying to force the win when they haven't got a secure win. It's better to have a secure win, as in push towers, take Baron, secure objectives. It's better to have a 3 inhibitor win than a 1 inhibitor win that's by by a hair. One wrong mistake in those team fights would have cost the game for us, and they would have ended the game. Look, they're still trying to force mid. Look at this desperation. Still trying to force mid. So I was going to go all in Morgana, but she uses Zhonya's. Now that her Zhonya's has ended, I can go in. Morgana binding. I've got QSS, I use it instantly. I get rooted and ulted. But at this point I've got so much MR, it doesn't really matter. So at this point I'm just proccing my 3rd Q, waiting for the shield to go off. I can't really re-engage here, so I throw my ult out. What we just need to do is we need to heal up and prepare for the next engagement, because we know that they keep getting greedy. We know that this team keeps getting greedy. So look, we disengage, come back in, re-engage. This is where we win the game, because they just keep throwing. Kennen and Ezreal are dead. Morgana still has ult, but now she doesn't have flash. She can turn with ult because she has black shield, but we just win the game here because of this. We can keep pushing and we can win this game. So Morgana has no Sonya's. Thresh just dies. Red buff, and we can end the game here. From this point onwards, we won the game. Look at this. Look how much gold we're ahead. We're 7k gold ahead. We're 7k gold ahead because the enemy team kept forcing mid lane, and they didn't realize that that's the mistake they're making. So open in here when they're dead. Take a red buff. There was a pink ward there. They know I'm there. We did get Baron, but some of us did get caught out. Here we have Baron. We have gold advantage. Again, look at this forced fight. Like, he ults, like, Nautilus wastes an ult. Like, they realize that they need to take other objectives. This is where the enemy team realize, oh fuck, we need to take other objectives, otherwise we're gonna lose this game. So, I don't kill Thresh here, which is unfortunate. I couldn't reach him because of the 99% slow. But we can still, like, this game is really, how would I put it? Is really forced by them. See, alright, so they've taken 2 inhibs, right? And they try to end the game here. How many times have they tried to force this win? How many times have they tried to force this win? They're not on the same page. Morgana's in base and they try and force a win. Like, Ezreal's not even in position and they're trying to force the win. They lose this game because the enemy team don't understand that they just keep forcing that win and it's just gonna lose them in the end. I don't know how many times I've said forcing the win, but that's how you lose games, guys. That's how you lose games. And look, end of the game, GG, well played. Not playing too aggressive, not being greedy, not throwing. There were some mistakes that was made in that game, but I was taking capitalization on the enemy's mistakes. There were 10 gold ahead at this victory. I was full build, 19 and 5. I carried this game pretty well. It's just going into the minds of players that they didn't need to keep forcing that. Like, you forcing a win like that, how many times did they try? 5, 6, 7? How many times? It's unbelievable how many, like, they don't understand the win conditions. They're like, okay, so that didn't work. Alright, play safe, take dragons, take it. They had 4 dragons. 4 dragons. All they had to do was wait 1 minute 15. Look in the top left. 1 minute 15 is Baron timer. Sorry, dragon timer. All they had to do was wait 1 minute, take 5th dragon, get the buff, then holy shit, they could have won that game. But no, they were impatient. They forced fights they shouldn't have. They were forcing objectives and wins when it was near misses. And they lost because they didn't understand nor calculate the consequences of their actions. Over aggressive plays, not working together, not understanding why things are happening. Like, oh, he's doing this, shit, I need to do that. Like, you don't ult someone who's behind as Nautilus. You look for who's an important target, and if you can get to them. You don't like ult someone who's 10 miles away from the fight, because it's not gonna do anything. You want to ult a decent target, like a good target in those fights. For Nautilus to ult would have been me or Tristana. But not just because he's close to us and he can ult us. He needs to find a good opportunity for his team to follow up on his ult. Morgana binding, Thresh hook, Cannon ult, Morgana ult. Like, things like that. Like, wait for a hook, wait for a binding, and you can catch one person out. If one person would have been dead at that last fight where they took our inhibitor to, like, I don't know, 50% health, if they would have just waited, we would have won. We would have lost the game. If they would just waited and played safe, played to catch, and not force the win, they would have won the game. It's just things like that, guys. Things like that. Use your head. Be smart. Yes, I made some mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Like, I don't know, As I said, Warwick made mistakes in that game. As I said, Warwick wasn't the smartest of players. He ulted at random points and got himself killed and things like that. But so did I. It's bits like that. You have to understand the importance of different objectives. Have to understand the important acts and consequences of your actions. This is very hard for me to explain and go over everything that needs to be said, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to evaluate and analyze these games and show you why we won and why the enemy lost. And that's what I've explained in this here's video. I've explained the enemy team lost because they kept forcing. All they needed to do was safely take each lane. Like, how easy was it for them to take this tower and this inhibitor? Because mid lane was already pushing. They could have then, instead of continuing to fight, like they went here, and then they should have backed off. But what did they do? They went here, then lost the fight. No, dudes, no, guys, no. Here. If you're still healthy, try to push bot lane up. If you need to back off, back off. Play safe. Like, if you watch like team games, like fives, how, like, I know it's more coordinated and it's not relatable to solo queue in a sense, but the reason why teams win is they take the lanes one at a time, or they have a split, right? So they win because they know how to play the game to the objective sense. So we won the game because we was capitalizing on their thirst for the win. They were too caught up on trying to win rather than using their head and being like, right, to have a safe victory and to secure this win, we need to do this, we need to take this, we need to push this, we need to take this objective. As I said, 1 minute 15 and they would have won the game with the Baron buff, well, Dragon buff. But because they kept on forcing fights and they necessarily didn't know if they could win the game, they were being desperate for the win. So they were making irrational decisions and just going for it, and not using their heads. So that's me. I've talked enough. I've talked enough. Thank you very much for watching this. I know it's been a really long episode. It's what these are is, as I said, they are evaluations of games. It's me going over a whole game, how I carry, how we win, and that's what I've done. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you come to my stream as well, because I do this. Like, this was a stream game, and holy boy was it a stream game. Pentakill. That's where this video is from. So thank you very much, guys, again. I'll see you in the next video. See you on the Rift.